Open your book to page 357. This lesson is on solving word problems with fractions. So let's go to example 1. So when you're doing a translation, you need to write down as you read. So it says the sum. So sum means you're adding something, right? So sum of a number, so that's n, right? N for a number. So sum of a number n is reciprocal. Reciprocal means, you flip it upside down. Okay, so again, the sum of a number and its reciprocal is means equal 13/6, and you're looking for the number. Okay, so again, what you do is go and multiply by the LCD, right? So LCD would be 6n. So write down multiply by 6n. So the n will this one does not cancel, so it would be 6n squared. And this n will cancel out, so it would be plus 6 equal, the 6 cancel out, so it would be 13n. So now when you have a square, that means you have to make it equal to 0, so you can do factoring. So minus 13n minus 13n. So you got 6n squared minus 13n plus 6 equal to 0. So you do your factoring. So step 1, common factor cannot. Step 2, perfect square, not a perfect square. So go to step 4, master product. So it'd be negative 13 and 36. So this one you have to use, in order to get negative, you have to use both negative. So negative 1 comma negative 36, negative 2, negative 18, negative 3, negative 12, negative 4. Now from here, right, when you list it down, see 4 is twice amount of 2, so this will be half of that, be negative 9, and this would be the correct one. Okay. Now again, when you're doing this, right, you have to break into the n and 6n, right? So you think, okay, 6 times what will give you 4 or 9? Cannot, right? So in this case, n and 6n is not going to work. So you have to go in 2 and 3. So try 2 and 3. So 2n, 3n. Okay. So now you can see that this has to be the inside, right? So to get negative 9, you have to minus 3, right? 3 times negative 3 give you negative 9. So that's the inside. This would be the outside. So this would be minus 2, right? 2 times negative 2 give you negative 4. So from here you go and solve. So you got 2n minus 3 equal to 0, or 3n minus 2 equal to 0. So from here you go and solve. So plus 3, you got 2n equal to 3, divide by 2, divide by 2. So n equal to 3 over 2. Okay, or plus 2 on both sides. So you got 3n equal to 2, divide by 3, divide by 3. So n equal to 2 over 3. Okay, so those are your two answers. Okay, let's go to example 2. Example 2. It says a denominator of a fraction exceeds the numerator by 3. So denominator, so d, denominator of a fraction, exceed, that means equal to something plus something. Okay? So exceed the numerator by 3. So denominator exceeds means equal to something plus something. So exceed the numerator by 3. Okay? So that's kind of the first equation. It says now if the 4 is added into the numerator. So here's your numerator. So if the 4 is added to the numerator, okay, and the 2 is subtracted from, when you subtract it from, you put it back, right? And the 2 is subtracted from the denominator. The result fraction is equal to 3 over 2. Find the original fraction. Okay, so what you do is you have to substitute, right? D equal to n plus 3, so substitute into here. So 4 plus n over n plus 3 minus 2 equal to 3 over 2. Okay, so you want to go and simplify these things a little bit. So you got 4 plus n over plus 3 minus 2 is plus 1, right? Okay, so from here, it's probably easier just go and do the cross multiplying, or you can just multiply by common denominator. So if you do the common denominator, you're going to get 2 and n plus 1 2n plus 1. But it's easy if you just go and cross multiply. Okay? So this cancel with that, so you're going to get 8 plus 2n. This one cancels, so you got 3n plus 3. So since the bigger n is on this side, I'm going to get an n on this side. So minus 2n minus 2n. So this will cancel out, and I'm going to move the number to the other side. So minus 3 minus 3. So this cancel out. So I get n equal to 5. So once I find n equal to 5, I can come here to get my d. Okay? So d equal to 5 plus 3. So d equal to 8. But don't box that. This is not your final answer. Your final answer is going to be 5 over 8. Right? The numerator is 5. The denominator is 8. So it'll be 5 over 8. Now, when you ask for original, do not simplify. Okay? If you can reduce, do not reduce for this kind of problem. So again, when you're doing the problem, just go and read, translate, and then from there you go and solve. Okay, the next one is on page 359. And the equation that you're going to need to know is the rate times time equal to amount of work. Okay, so you kind of keep that in mind. So when you go to example 3, it would be easier if you kind of make the table and organize things. So when you make the table, you're going to go and get the names on top. So it says spiral, so that's S. So put the names on here, okay? And this would be the rate and the time and the work. Okay. So spiral can move along in 2 hours. That means the rate is 1 over 2, right? So you can do in 2 hours, means every hour can do 1/2. So that's what the rate is. And a sim can mow the same lawn in 4 hours. That means every hour he get 1/4. Okay? How long will it take him to get along together? Okay? So the time, you want to find out how long is the time. So that's x. Okay? So you multiply. So this would be 1/2 x, so it would be x over 2. When you multiply, this would be x over 4. Okay? So this is how much work he's going to get done by spiral. And this is how much get done by a sim. Okay? So here's your equation. So you got x over 2. This is how much done by him, plus how much get done by a sim, and this will equal to 1, because that's how many lawns are together, right? So they're going to work together to mow 1 lawn. Okay, so equal to 1. So in this case, you go and multiply by common denominator. So multiply by 4. So we cancel out. So you got 2x, cancel out, x equal to 4. So add together 3x equal to 4, divide by 3, divide by 3. So x equal to 4 over 3 hours. Okay? And that's how long it takes for them to work together. Okay? So you can put a name over here, put a rate. So R times time will give you work. So this is how much work done by spiral. This is how much work done by a sim. And so when they work together, you add. Okay? So they work together to mow 1 lawn. Okay? Okay, now let's go to example 4. So again, you read. So you got Mary and Yuki. Okay? Okay, so here's Mary and here's Yuki. So the rate, time, and work, right? So Mary can wash a car in 45 minutes. That means every minute she can do 1/45, right? So you just inverse that. Yuki can wash a car in 30 minutes. That means every minute she can do 1 over 30, right? It says how long will it take? So you don't know, so that's your x, right? So they work together, right? So they work together, and so this would be x over 45. This would be x over 30. So that's how much can be done by Mary in this amount of time. This is how much can be done by Yuki in this amount of time. So when they work together, so amount of work by Mary plus amount of work done by Yuki, and this will equal to 10 cars. Okay? So if you're going to wash 10 cars, then you have to equal to 10. If you're going to wash 3 cars, then equal to 3. Again, this is how much work done total. Okay? This is how much total work is going to be done. So again, in this case, your LCD is 90. So multiply by 90, multiply by 90, multiply by 90. So when you cancel, you get 2, so you get 2x. You cancel, you get 3, so it'll be 3x. This one you don't cancel, so you get 900. So you add together, you get 5x equal to 900. Divide by 5, divide by 5. So x equal to 180 minutes. Or if you do it in hours, it would be 3 hours. Okay? So it takes 3 hours for 2 of them work together to wash 10 cars. Okay, so rate is how fast they work. Time is how much time they put in, and then work is how much work they get done. Okay, and so when they work together, you add equal to whatever work that you want to get done. Okay, so let's go to example 5. So page 361, example 5. So it's hot water faucet can fill the hot tub in 10 minutes. The cold water faucet can fill the tub in 5 minutes. The drain can empty the tub in 15 minutes. How long would it take to fill the tub if both faucets were left on, but the drain is accidentally left open for 3 minutes? Okay, so in this case, you got 3 things now. So you are time, work, right? So you have the hot water, you have the cold water, and you have the drain. So hot water can fill the tub in 10 minutes, so it means the rate is 1 over 10, right? So if it can fill the tub in 10 minutes, means every minute it can fill 1/10. The cold water faucet can fill the tub in 5 minutes, means every minute it can do 1/5. And the drain can empty the tub in 15 minutes, means every minute it will drain 1/15. Okay? Now the time, so you want to find out how long will it take to fill the tub if both are turned on. So you don't know, so it would be x and x, right? Okay, so you don't know the time for the hot water and the time for the cold water. But it tells you, right? It says the drain is left open for 3 minutes, so it would be 3. Okay? So again, you multiply. So this would be x over 10, this would be x over 5, and you multiply this would be 3 over 15. Okay? So now now the hot water, cold water, drain is all working together, right? So you have the amount of work done by the hot water faucet plus the cold water faucet, but the drain is going to drain the water, so you have to minus. Okay? This one you fill in, so it's plus. The drain is going to make the water less, so you have to minus. Okay? And all this work together, so hot water, cold water, the drain work together, you're going to fill up 1 tub, right? Equal to 1, because there's 1 tub that you have to fill. Okay? Now, if you're going to fill half of the tub, then it will be 1/2. If you want to fill 1/3 of the tub, then it will be 1/3. Okay? But you're going to fill the entire tub, so it's 1. Okay? So that, again, so now you have this equation. So let's go ahead and multiply by LCD. So LCD will be 30. Now, if you don't know how to get LCD, this is what you do, right? So you go, so you have the 10, the 5, the 15, right? So you can divide by 5, so it would be 2, 1, 3, right? And you multiply all this together. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 3 is 30, right? So times by 30. So you cancel, you get 3, so you got 3x. Cancel, you get 6, so plus 6x. Minus, cancel, you get 2, so it would be 6, equal to 30. Okay, so plus 6, so you combine the like terms, and you want to plus 6 to get rid of that, right? So this cancel out. So you got 9x equal to 36. Divide by 9, so x equal to 4, and the label would be minutes. Okay.